All right, everyone, hello. We are gonna get started. Lovely to be in your presence. Once again, for everybody who's brand new to class with me, my name is Dorian, and I am coming to you via Chelsea Piers Fitness. So it's lovely to kind of share communities in this moment when we feel a little bit isolated. I know that this is the Fort Greene Park community, and obviously it would be great if we could be having this class outdoors. Unfortunately, that's not where we're at right now. So as humans do, we're gonna make the best of a not so great situation. And part of that means making sure that we're taking the time to be as healthy and as happy as we can be. And part of my practice with that is yoga. And so this is an opportunity to share with you all. Cool. So wherever you're at, go ahead and find your way onto your backs. Go ahead and lie down on your mats. And spread yourselves out. And just allow the full weight of your body to be received by the earth underneath you. Soften the space in between your eyebrows. Let go of the muscles in your face, dropping your cheeks away from your eyes. And separate your upper and lower teeth, but keep your lips sealed together so that you can just breathe naturally in and out of your nose. And just take the time to scan through your bodies physically so that you know where you're at right now. Take the time to scan through the physicality of your body, the parts that feel ready to move, the parts that might not feel ready to move. Take the time to scan through yourself emotionally, noticing how you feel. Take the time to scan through yourselves energetically, noticing how much you have to give in this moment in terms of your levels of energy. And just try to keep an awareness of yourself full and present so that through the duration of our class, we don't overextend ourselves. We take the time to protect ourselves. Go ahead and take a full breath in. Exhale, sigh it out your mouth. Another deep breath in. Another exhale, sigh. One more time, full breathing is in. Deep exhale, let it out. Amazing. From your reclined position on your backs, go ahead and step the soles of your feet down to the ground. And then keeping the back of your head attached to the earth, draw your knees into your chest. Wrap your fingers around your shins and start to make some circles around on your lower back, taking your circles around in one direction. Just using the weight of your legs to massage your lower back down into the earth. And then go ahead, change your circling to the opposite direction, moving in the opposite direction. And then go ahead, let both of your knees drop off over to the left side of your mat. Take your right arm out towards the right side wall and take a look over your right shoulder. A nice supine twist to allow the spine to get ready for motion. And just use gravity and your breath to draw that right shoulder a little closer to the earth. Use your next breath to lift both of your knees back up to the center. Step the sole of your left foot down to the earth and cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Reach a hold of the back of that left thigh with both of your hands and draw this figure four shape in close to your chest. Keep a nice strong flex in your right ankle to protect your right knee, and keep the back of your head on the ground with your chin tucked so the spine stays nice and long. The back of the neck is long. There's a clear channel for breath. And then go ahead, hug both of your knees into your chest. Make some circles once again in one direction. Take your circles in the opposite direction. And then go ahead, drop both of your knees off over to the right side. Let your left arm reach out towards the left side wall and float your gaze over your left shoulder. Notice the difference between the right and left sides. Notice that your breathing is even and steady. Float both of your knees back into your chest. Step the sole of your right foot down to the ground. Cross your left ankle over your right thigh. Energize your left toes. Reach your fingers around that right thigh. Draw the figure four shape into your chest. Breathe. Draw both of your knees into your chest. This time, pick the back of your head up off of the ground. Start to rock and roll forwards and backwards along the length of your spine, gaining some momentum until you rock your way upright. If you are going to be following along with our playlist, you can go over to your music playing device. One more time, I will just copy and paste the playlist in our chat. And once you get a hold of your cell phone or your tablet or whatever it is that you're using, we're going to go to that playlist and I'm going to do a 1, 2, 3, press play. All right, and if you can, also make sure that you are muted in Zoom so that nobody's playlist overlaps. Amazing. I'll meet everybody up in hands and knees pose. Palms underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Take a nice big breath in, drop your belly down, float your gaze, high cow spine. Exhale to round and lift your navel center as your head drops down for your cat spine. Inhaling to breathe into your cat. Exhaling to breathe into your cat. Start to create your own rhythm here, breathing in and out of your cat, your cow. And allow the speed and intensity with which you move to be very authentic to how you are feeling in this moment. So if you're like still waking up, it's okay to not move so much. Just take your time to study yourself so that you're taking care of your body and taking care of your mind as you find your way to open up to motion. You can stick with standard cat-cow, but if you'd like, you can make some circles with your neck and hips, inviting other parts of your body into breath, into motion. Whatever motions you're taking to the right side, make sure that you also find them to the left side so that no part of you gets left out or left behind. Go ahead, find your way back into a neutral spine. Tuck your toes underneath. Take a nice full breath in. Use your exhale to lift your hips up and back for downward facing dog, pressing the fingers into the earth, pressing the heels of your hands into the ground. Go ahead and pedal out your dog, shifting your weight from side to side, bending one knee and then the other. Keep your arms nice and strong. Feel the openings of the backs of your legs as you reach your heels down towards the earth. It's okay if your heels don't touch the earth, just let them reach towards the ground to invigorate those hamstrings. And then find your way into a stillness. Use an inhale to come up high on your toes, rippling forward to find your way into a plank pose. Reach the crown of your head forwards towards the front of your mat. Reach your heels back in space. Draw your navel center in and up. Press your hands firmly into the earth. Deep breathings in. Full exhales out. Holding plank breathing in. One more time, exhale. One more full breath in. On your exhale, knees come down to the ground, child's pose. For today's practice, we're going to use a wide-kneed child's pose. So separate your knees and thighs, keeping your big toes touching, and create some space so that your belly can drop down to the earth in between your legs. As always, child's pose is a place that we can come if we need a break or a timeout. It is always, always an option. All right, here's where things start to get interesting. In your wide-kneed child's pose, slide your forearms back in space so that your elbows are underneath your torso and your wrists are underneath your collarbones. What? You're like a little turtle. Engage Mula Bandha, squeezing your pelvic floor in and up. Press your inner legs into your outer arms so you're hugging onto your biceps. And then the last piece of this, round your upper spine, doming your back, so that you feel the middle part of your upper back lifting up towards the sky, kind of like in cat spot. Big inhales in, deep exhales out. Go ahead, release that squeezing, press your palms into the ground to roll your torso upright. Hands are going to come right on top of your thighs. Keep your knees wide, tuck your toes underneath. Your heels are touching, the mounds of your big toes are touching, arms lift up to the sky. Cactus your arms so that they're nice and wide, like a goalpost. Goal. Go ahead and eagle wrap your right arm underneath your left. Lift your elbows to the heights of your shoulders, and without back bending, start to lean back. So instead of opening your heart and leaning back, just lean your entire upper body back in space, putting some weight back into the heels. I know, it's a stretch, especially in those toes. Big breathings in, deep exhales out. Feel the hip flexors opening, big breathings in, deep exhales out. One more time, big inhales in. Exhale, release your hands down to the ground in front of you. Hands and knees pose. Tuck your toes underneath, hips lift up and back, downward facing dog. Go ahead and step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Look forward, open up your chest. Step back, downward facing dog. Step your left foot to the outside of your left hand. Look forward. Step back, downward facing dog. Step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. This time the right arm lifts up to the sky for a low lunge twist. Press your left hand down into the earth, lean your entire torso away from the wall you're facing. Big inhales in. Exhale, your right hand comes down to the ground inside of your right foot. Press your hands into the earth, lengthen out both of your legs, drawing the hips backwards in space. Pick up your right toes, turn parallel to face the side wall for a wide-legged standing forward fold. Drop your head, put a bend in your right knee. Take that bend over to your left knee. Bend your right knee. Bend your left knee. One more time, bend your right knee. Turn your right toes forwards to face the front of your mat. Low lunge, hands inside of your right foot. Step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward, find plank pose. Exhale, wide knee, child's pose. Big toes touch, forehead comes down to the earth. Breathe. Slide your forearms back in space, elbows underneath torso, wrists underneath collarbones. Engage your Mula Bandha. Squeeze your legs into your arms and round your upper back. Cat spine. Deep inhales in. Full exhales out. Press your hands into the ground. Roll your torso upright. Tuck your toes underneath. Arms lift up to the sky. Cactus your arms, nice strong arms. Eagle wrap your left arm underneath your right. Hug your inner elbows towards each other. Lift the elbows to the heights of your shoulders. Lean back. Keep the knees in contact with the earth underneath you. Full breathings in. Deep exhales out. Full inhales in. Deep exhales out. One more time, big breathings in. Exhale, unravel your arms, hands come down to the ground underneath your shoulders. Hands and knees pose. Tuck your toes underneath, hips lift up and back, downward facing dog. Step your left foot to the outside of your left hand. Look forward, reach back for your right heel. Down dog. Right foot steps to the outside of your right hand. Look forward. Down dog. Left foot to the outside of your left hand. This time the left arm lifts high to the sky. Open up your hearts. Try to stack one shoulder on top of the other. Breathe big. Left hand down to the ground inside of your left foot. Press your hands, lengthen out both of your legs. Pick up your left toes, turn parallel to face the side wall. Bend your left knee. Bend your right knee. Bend your left knee. Bend your right knee. Bend your left knee. Turn your left toes forwards to face the front of your mat. Low lunge, hands inside of your left foot. Step your left foot back, down dog. Inhale, forward plank pose. This time as you exhale, elbows bend, lower all the way down to the earth. Hug your elbows in, come over the tops of your feet, heart lifts for a baby cobra. Find the length of your spine, keeping your chin tucked. Deep inhales in. On your exhale, moving through bent knees, downward facing dog. Start to walk your feet up to your hands at the top of the mat, footstep by footstep. And whenever you reach the top of the mat, go ahead and separate your feet a little bit wider than outer hips width distance for today's practice. Palms are going to come down to the ground inside of your feet. Drop your tailbone, look forward. So everybody, if you're having trouble, you can look at the screen. Basically, we're in kind of a squat with our hands on the ground inside of our feet. Our tailbones are dropped, our chests are forward. Amazing. With your hands on the ground, heart forward, press your right toes, lift your right heel up. Oh boy. Press both of your hands down into the ground, lift your right foot up off of the ground. It might lift an inch or a millimeter. It might not lift at all. Right foot comes back down to the earth. All right, let's shift it over to the other side. Press both of your hands down into the ground. Lift up your left heel. Keep feeling your inner left leg squeezing into your outer left arm. Lift up your left foot. Put your left foot back down on the ground. All right. Use your next exhale to lengthen your legs. Drop your heads down in a forward fold. Keep your feet wide. Begin to roll your bodies up to a stand, stacking your vertebrae one on top of another. As your heart lifts, roll the shoulders up, back and down away from your ears. Palms open towards the front of your room. Mountain pose. Feel all the parts of our bodies that we've worked so far in our goal to remain open, to breathe into our new normal. Keep the feet wide. Inhale your arms high to the sky. High prayer, take a look up. On your exhale, forward fold down to the ground. Hands inside of your feet. Step your right leg back, low lunge, look forward. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, forward, find plank pose. Exhale to lower to the earth. Over the tops of your feet, cobra pose, lengthening your arms. Hips lift up and back, down dog. Step your right foot outside of your right hand. Down dog. Left foot outside the left hand. Down dog. Right foot outside the right hand. Right arm lifts, low lunge twist. Right hand comes back inside of your right foot. Step your left foot outside of your left hand. Half squat, look forward. Exhale, lengthen your legs, drop your hips. Inhale, stand all the way up, high prayer, look up, feet are wide. Exhale, forward fold down to the ground. Left foot steps back, low lunge, look forward. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, forward, find plank pose. Spread your fingers, elbows bend to lower. Breathing over the tops of the feet, cobra pose. Hips rise with your exhale, downward facing dog. Step your left foot outside your left hand. Down dog. Right foot outside the right hand. Down dog. Left foot outside the left hand. Left arm lifts, low lunge twist, look up. Left hand back to the earth. Step your right foot outside your right hand. Half squat, look forward. Exhale, lengthen your legs, drop your hips. Inhale, stand all the way up, high prayer. Exhale, forward fold down to the ground. Right foot steps back, low lunge. Left foot meets down dog. Inhale, forward, find plank pose. Shift your head and shoulders forward as your elbows bend halfway, chaturanga. Come over the tops of your feet, upward facing dog. Thighs lift off the ground. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. Right foot steps outside the right hand. Down dog. Left foot steps outside the left hand. Down dog. Right foot steps outside the right hand. Right arm lifts, low lunge twist. Right hand to the earth. Step your left foot outside your left hand. Drop your tailbone, look forward. Lengthen your legs, drop your hips. Inhale, stand all the way up. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. Left foot back, low lunge. Right leg meets, down dog. Inhale, forward, find plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga. Breathing into upward facing dog. Hips lift up and back, down dog. Step your left foot outside your left hand. Down dog. Right foot outside the right hand. Down dog. Left foot outside the left hand. Left arm lifts, low lunge twist. Left hand to the earth, step to your half squat. Look forward, big inhales. Exhale, lengthen your legs, drop your hips. Inhale, stand all the way up, high prayer. Exhale, forward fold down to the ground. Right foot steps back, low lunge. Left foot meets right, plank pose. Shift your head and shoulders forward, chaturanga dandasana. Upward facing dog. Hips rise, downward facing dog. Go ahead and separate your feet as wide as your mat and walk your toes forward so that your shoulders are right on top of your wrists. Bend your knees, look between your thumbs. See if you can give yourselves a couple of donkey kicks, lifting your heels up into the sky. Maybe we catch a little bit of air time, so just jump Jump, jump, jump. I'll meet everybody at a half squat at the top of their mat. Have your feet outside of your hands. Look forward, big inhales. Exhale, lengthen your legs, drop your hips. Inhale, rise, high prayer. Exhale, forward fold down to the ground. Left foot steps back in the lunge. Right leg meets plank pose to chaturanga. Hug your elbows in as you lower, pressing to lift. Hips up and back on your exhale, down dog. Widen your feet, come up high on your toes. Stack your shoulders on top of your wrists. Here come those donkey kicks. Pressing the hands into the earth. Shifting. We're trying to get our hips right over our shoulders. Seeing if we can catch a little bit of air time. Breathing, 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 breathing. I'll meet everybody up at the top of the mat, half squat. Look forward, big inhales. Exhale, lengthen your legs, drop your hips. Inhale, stand all the way up, high prayer. Exhale, forward fold all the way down to the ground. Go ahead and find your way into a regular old squat, prayer palms at the heart center, pressing into the outer edges of your feet. Lift your chest towards your thumbs. Option A, you can stay in a squat, just breathing into that heart opening and hip opening. Option B, hands come down to the ground. Deliver your knees to your upper arms, shifting forward for an early crow pose. It's early. Big toes touch, just like in our wide knee child's pose. Deep breathings in, full exhales out. Whenever you are ready, hop, step, or jump your way back to Chaturanga Dandasana, landing with bent elbows, catching the weight of your fall as you land. Beautiful. Finding your way through your vinyasa, we're all gonna meet up in downward facing dog. Amazing. All right, building a flow together, right leg lifts high to the sky. Step your right foot in between your palms, back heel down to the ground. Warrior one starts off today's practice. Feel the equal and opposite reaching, the forward reaching of your right knee and the backward reaching of the outer edge of your left foot. Nice, strong connection to the earth here. Deep breathings in, full exhales out. Use your next inhale to lengthen your right leg. Flex your right ankle, pick up your right toes, lean back and up, just like when we were on our knees, leaning back. Amazing. Right toes come back down to the ground, right knee bends, devotional warrior. Drop your torso forward. Some of us are going to need to widen that right foot towards the upper right-hand corner of the mat to make space for our right shoulder to drop inside of our right thigh. Drop your heads towards the ground so you can see your left knee. Big inhales in, deep exhales out. Hands come down to the ground underneath your shoulders. Spin up your left heel so it's that same low lunge shape with hands inside of our right foot. Down dog. Left foot steps to the outside of the left hand. Down dog. Right foot steps to the outside of the right hand. Low lunge twist, right arm lifts high to the sky. Take a look at your left hand. Step your right foot to meet your left, side plank. Woo. Breathing as you lift your hips up towards the sky. Gaze floats up towards that right hand. Deep breathings in. Full exhales out. One more big breath. Right hand comes down to the ground. Plank pose, chaturanga, finding your way through your flow. Pressing to lower, pressing to lift, meeting up in downward facing dog. All right, left leg. Left leg lifts. Step your left foot forward, back heel down, warrior one. Feel the lifting of your ribs away from your waist. Gently draw your right hip forward in space, left hip back. Deep breathings in, full exhales out. Use your next inhale to lengthen your left leg. Flex your left ankle, lean back, look up towards the sky. Devotional warrior. Left toes down, left knee bends. Arms wing back by your sides as you drop your head. Once again, create that space if you need to drop your left shoulder inside of your left thigh. Energize your fingers so there's still life traveling through your arms. Hands down to the ground, inside of your left foot, low lunge, down dog. Right foot steps outside the right hand, down dog. Left foot steps outside the left hand, left arm lifts, low lunge twist, look up. Keep the openness in your chest, look at your right hand. Step your left foot back, side plank. Full breathings in. Deep exhales out. One more big breath. Plank pose. Find your way through your vinyasa. We're all gonna meet up in downward facing dog. Really nice, everybody. All right, right leg high. Step the right foot forward, warrior one. Starts exactly the same, it's our second round. Moving a little faster, lengthen your right leg. Pick up your right toes, lean back, look up. Devotional warrior takes you forward. Use the full exhale to lower. If you'd like, you can interlace your fingers behind your back, sealing the heels of your hands together as you drop your heads down. Hands come to the earth inside of your right foot, low lunge, look forward, downward facing dog. Left foot steps outside the left hand, down dog. Right foot steps outside the right hand, right arm lifts, high to the sky, low lunge twist. Look at your left hand, step back, side plank. Keep the hips elevated, cactus your right arm. Lift your right leg. See if you can tap your right knee to your right elbow. Tap. Step your right foot behind your back. Hips lift up to the sky for a rock star or a wild thing, because we're all rock stars and wild things. Big breathings in, deep exhales out. Go ahead and take your right hand back down to the ground, right leg high to the sky, three-legged dog. Step your right foot outside of your right hand. Lengthen out both of your legs. Pick up your right toes, turn parallel to face the side wall. Go ahead, take your hands to your hips. Press into your feet, roll all the way up to stand. Arms lift high to the sky, forming a prayer above your head. We call this one flying warrior. Deep inhales in, full exhales out. One more big breath in. Turn your left toes to the back of your mat, warrior two facing the back of your mat. Lengthen your left leg, turn parallel, flying warrior again, palms press. Right toes turn forward, warrior two to the front of your mat. Peaceful warrior, flip your right palm, tip your bodies up and back. Keep that bend in your right knee, feel the length in the right side ribs. Extended side angle. Right forearm comes onto your right thighs, your left arm reaches over your left ear. Reach through your left fingers, even creating a side bending action here, and then lean your left shoulder away from your wall that you're facing so that you are back bending. Full inhales in, deep exhales out. One more big breath in. Triangle pose. Lengthen your right leg, left arm lifts high to the sky. Keep leaning back, keep growing into your bodies. Full breathings in. Deep exhales out. Peaceful warrior. Right knee bends, right arm lifts high to the sky, look up towards the ceiling. Hands down to the ground, stepping your right leg back to breathe through your vinyasa, finding your way through. Meeting up in down dog, left leg high. Step the left foot forward, back heel down, warrior one. Lengthen your left leg, flex your left ankle, lean back, look up. Exhale, devotional warrior takes you forward. If you're interlacing your fingers, change the interlacing so the opposite thumb is on top. Draw the shoulder blades together, free up some space in your chest. Hands down to the ground, inside of your left foot. Look forward, down dog. Right foot steps to the outside of the right hand, down dog. Left foot steps outside the left hand. Low lunge twist, left arm lifts, look up. Take a look at that right hand, side plank. Stepping your left foot to meet your right. Cactus your left arm, lift your left leg. See if you can tap your left knee to your left elbow. Rock star, step your left foot down to the ground, lift your hips up to the sky, flip your world upside down. Left hand comes to the ground, left leg reaches high to the sky, three-legged dog. Step your left foot outside your left hand. Lengthen both of your legs. Pick up those left toes, turn parallel to face the side wall. Hands on your hips, press into your feet, roll all the way up. Arms lift high to the sky, flying warrior. Take a big breath in, and a deep exhale out. One more big breath in. Warrior two to the back of your mat. Press the ear down with your hands. Lengthen through the center, flying warrior, arms lift. Warrior two to the front of your mat. Left toes turn forward, left knee bends. Peaceful warrior, tipping your left palm up and back. Extended side angle, left forearm to left thigh. Right arm over your right ear. Spiral your right hand pinky side down so you can draw your right shoulder back into your upper back and then roll your entire torso up and back. Good. Triangle pose. Arms long, legs long, lean back. And once again, this is an opportunity. If you don't have blocks, you can take that roll of paper towel underneath your left hand and use the paper towel to help you open your chest. Good. Peaceful warrior. Hands down to the ground, stepping that left leg back to breathe through your vinyasa, finding your lowering and lifting. All right, last round, right leg lifts. Stepping it forward, warrior one, arms lift. Lengthen your right leg, pick up the right toes, lean back. Devotional warrior takes you forward, moving with your breath. Hands to the ground, low lunge, look forward, step back, down dog. Left foot steps forward, downward facing dog. Right foot steps to the outside of the right hand, right arm lifts, low lunge twist. Side plank, step your right foot to meet your left. Cactus your right arm, lift up your right leg, tap your right knee to your right arm. Rock star, stepping that right foot behind your back, hips lift up, big inhales in. Right hand down to the ground, right leg high to the sky. Tap your right knee to your right upper arm. Look forward, shift your chest and shoulders forward, bend your elbows. You might float those left toes up off of the ground for Vinyasa. Breathing in, breathing out. Left toes down, step your right foot outside your right hand. Lengthen both of your legs. Pick up your right toes, turn parallel to face the side wall. Hands to your hips, press into your feet, roll up. Arms lift, flying warrior. Warrior two to the back of your mat. Flying warrior, parallel through the center. Warrior two to the front of your mat. Peaceful warrior tips you up and back. Trying up, extended side angle. You can either take that right forearm to your right thigh. You might slip your right hand down to the ground inside of your right foot, whatever feels best in your practice today. Keep length moving through your left side body, whichever variation you chose. Breathe. Triangle pose. Take a look down at your right foot in your triangle pose, and then slide your right hand down to the earth, shifting your right fingertips forward underneath your right shoulder, left leg lifts, Ardha Chandrasana. Ardha Chandrasana is basically like a triangle pose with your back leg lifted. So find triangle pose, keep that triangle pose, and just lift one leg up. Breathing in, breathing out. One more deep inhale. On your exhale, take a look at that right foot. Step your left foot to the ground, chair pose. Soften your knees, arms lift. In your chair pose, go ahead and step your feet as wide as your mat. Start to bend your knees, engaging your hamstrings. Hands come down to the ground, find your half squat. So palms are on the earth inside of our feet. All right, in your half squat, take your right fingers behind your right heel so that the L shape of your thumb and right forefinger are cupping your right heel. Take the L shape of your left thumb and forefinger behind your left heel. Oh boy. Make strong contact with your hands in the earth. Bend your elbows, look forward. Some of us are gonna stay right here. Some of us are gonna begin to pick our toes up for a firefly. Squeeze your legs into your arms. That's why we did all that knee to upper arm. Full breathings in, deep exhales out. Yeah, falling is good too. Feet come back down to the ground. Hands to the earth underneath your shoulders. Lengthen your legs, drop your heads. Left hand stays down, right arm lifts for a twist. Look up. Right hand down to the ground, left arm lifts. Go ahead, take a half bind, reaching your left arm behind your back for the inner thigh of your right leg. Take a full bind, passing your right arm underneath your inner right thigh. Begin to heel toe your feet together at the center of your mat. Shifting your weight onto your left foot, begin to roll your bodies up to a stand. For some of us, the bind is not going to be helpful, so you lose the bind, come into tree pose. Right foot finds the inside of your left leg. If you're keeping the bind, bird of paradise. Pressing the left foot down to the ground to extend your right leg out towards the right side wall. Everybody breathe in. Everybody breathe out. Keep your focus steady. One more huge inhale. On your exhale, whether you're in tree pose or bird of paradise, go ahead, cactus your arms, tap your right knee to your upper right arm. Big inhales in, deep exhales out. One more big breath in. On your exhale, step your right foot behind your left. Give yourselves a curtsy. We call this one OMG. It's a curtsy. Both knees are bent, arms are winged, heads are dropped. Hands down to the earth. Step your right leg back, low lunge. Left foot meets plank pose, chaturanga, finding your way through your flow. Really, really great following along, everybody. I know that some of these shapes are new, so way to stick with it. Meeting up in downward facing dog. Left leg high to the sky. Step your left foot forward, back heel down, warrior one. Lengthen it out, grow it up, pick up those left toes, lean back. Exhale forward, devotional warrior. Use that breath to fold. Hands come down to the ground. Look forward, low lunge. Down dog. Right foot steps outside the right hand. Down dog. Left foot steps outside the left hand. Left arm lifts, low lunge twist. Press your right hand, step your left foot back, side plank. Cactus your left arm. See if you can tap that left knee to your upper left arm. Rock star. Press your feet, lift your hips, breathe. Breathe, my rock stars, breathe. Left hand down to the ground, left leg high to the sky. Tap your left knee to your left upper arm, look forward, elbows bend. You might float those right toes up off of the earth. It's just about leverage. Breathe. Right toes down to the ground. Step your left foot outside your left hand. Lengthen both of your legs. Pick up your left toes, turn parallel to the side wall. Hands on your hips. Roll up to stand. Arms a high flying warrior. Warrior two to the back of your mat. Flying warrior to the center. Warrior two to the front of your mat. Feel your feet turning to help make these poses safe. Peaceful warrior tips you up and back. Extended side angle. Whichever variation you picked, forearm to thigh, or left hand down to the ground. Keep your breath steady. Triangle pose. Feel the freedom in your arms and legs. Scissor your inner heels towards each other. Look at your left foot. Ardha Chandrasana, left fingertips down to the earth, or your roll of toilet paper or a paper towel, shifting into the left leg, right leg lifts out towards the wall behind you. Deep breathings in, full exhales out. One more big breath in. Go ahead, look at your left foot. Step into chair pose, soften your knees, arms lift. Go ahead and widen your feet, match with distance. Engage your hamstrings, bend your knees, lower your tailbones. Find your half squat, palms on the ground. All right, here we go again. L shape with the thumb and forefinger on your left hand behind your left heel. L shape with the thumb and forefinger of your right hand behind your right heel. So not a lot's different between this and this. Palms down to the ground, shifting your weight into your hands. Slide your toes forward. You might begin to lift your legs. Breathing, roll your thigh bones in towards each other. Full breathings in, deep exhales out. Good. Feet come down to the ground. Lengthen your legs, drop your hands. Whew. Right hand underneath your nose, left arm lifts. Left hand down, right arm lifts. Half bind that right arm behind your back. If it's okay in your body, full bind, left arm underneath your inner left thigh. Connect your fingers if that's a possibility. Heel toe your feet towards each other to the center of the mat. Shifting your weight onto your right foot, begin to roll your bodies up to your stand. This could certainly be tree pose if that feels best. If you have the bind, you may begin to add some length, finding your bird of paradise. Deep breathings in, full exhales out. One more big breath in. Wherever you're at, tree pose or bird of paradise, cactus your arms, keep your left knee connected to your left upper arm. Big inhales in. On your exhale, OMG, step your left foot behind your right, knees bend, it's our curtsy, yes. Hands down to the ground, left foot back, low lunge. Right leg meets, plank pose to chaturanga, finding your way through your flow. Way to go, everybody, way to keep it together. Meeting up in downward facing dog, things are gonna change. Take your right leg high to the sky. Step your right foot in between your palms. Back knee comes down to the ground. Untuck your back toes. Lift your arms up to the sky. Cactus your arms, find that cactus shape. And then eagle wrap your right arm underneath your left. Press into your back foot. Lift your elbows up to the sky. You might begin to float your eyes over your eyebrows, finding your way into a minor upper back bend. Deep breathings in, full exhales out. One more big breath in. On your exhale, look forwards towards the front of the room. Keep your arms eagle wrapped. Tuck your toes, tuck your left toes, lift your left knee. Whoop. Begin to shift your weight forward into your right foot. Keep your arms eagle wrapped if you'd like as you transition into warrior three. Keep reaching your elbows forward. If you're not keeping your arms eagle wrapped, you can take your hands to the ground or to blocks, or you can wing your arms back by your side. Other options. One more big inhale. On your exhale, chair pose. Step your feet together, arms lift. Hands come to a prayer heart center. Wait for your exhale to twist over to the right side, hooking your left elbow to the outside of your right knee, right thigh. Float your gaze over that right shoulder. Press palm into palm so the elbows widen away from the sternum. One more deep inhale. Exhale, forward fold over yourselves. Drop your heads down. Separate your feet about 2 fist distance. Hold on to your big toes with your yogi toe lock fingers. Index finger, middle finger, and thumb wrap around the big toes. Shift the weight into the balls of your feet. Put a nice generous bend in your knees. Let your belly rest on thighs. Look forward. As you exhale, lengthen your legs, drop your heads, widen your elbows out to the side. Take your left hand to your left hip. Keep a hold of your right big toe. Begin to roll your bodies up to a stand. Stacking your vertebrae one on top of another. Whenever you find your full height, you can either keep a hold of your right big toe with a bend in your right knee. If you'd like, extend your right heel forward with Dipahasa Padangusthasana A. That was another language, just so you all know. Wherever you're at, left arm lifts. Wherever you're at, right arm lifts. Brighten up your right toes, full inhales in. Exhale, step your right foot to meet your left. Big toes touch, press your toes, lift your heels. Diver's pose. Arms reach back by your sides, crown of the head reaches forward. Really, really press the balls of your feet down into the earth. Hands float down to the ground. Hop, step, or jump your way back, chaturanga dandasana. Finding your way through your flow. We're gonna meet up in downward facing dog. Left leg high to the sky. Step your left foot forward. Right knee comes down to the ground. Untuck your right toes. Arms lift up. Find your cactus arms. Eagle wrap your left arm underneath your right. Draw your pubic bone forward. Soften the left knee forward. Elbows lift for your major or minor upper back bend. Press into your back foot to look forwards towards the wall in front of you. Tuck your right toes, lift your right knee. Start to shift your weight forward onto that left leg. Warrior three, Virabhadrasana 3. Like a seesaw, reach forwards and backwards so one part of the body doesn't overpower the other. Like if you dip your head too far down, your back leg's gonna go too high. If you don't go forward enough, you're gonna fall backwards. See, like I just did, I just fell backward. Deep breathings in. Full exhales out. One more big breath. On your exhale, go ahead and step your right foot to meet your left. Arms lift. Exhale, forward fold over yourselves. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Chair pose, knees bend, arms lift. Hands prayer at heart center. Wait for your exhale to take a twist over to the left side of your mat. Press your left hand into your right hand so that your thumbs are right at the center of your sternum. Good. Forward fold over your legs. Separate your feet 2 fist distance. You can hold on to your big toes. Some of us are gonna pick up the balls of our feet and slide our palms underneath so our toes press up against our wrists. Bend knees, let belly rest on thighs, look forward. As you exhale, lengthen your legs, drop your heads. Take your right hand to your right hip. Hold on to that left big toe, roll your bodies up to a stand. Making your choice to either extend your left leg or to keep a bent left knee. Everybody's got a different body, a different practice. Right arm lifts, left arm lifts. Flare those left toes, breathing in, breathing out. Step your left foot to meet your right. Press your toes, lift your heels. Diver's pose, heart travels forward, arms wing back, like you're taking a dive into something awesome. Fingertips come down to the ground. Use your exhale to hop, step, or jump your way back to chaturanga. Finding your way through one last vinyasa. Knees to the ground, child's pose. Walk your hands back to your knees. Press your palms down into the ground to lift your torso upright. Narrow off your knees, shift your hips to one side, circle your feet forwards towards the front of your mat. Soles of the feet down on the ground, roll onto your backs. Step your feet a little wider than your hips and let your knees knock in towards each other. With the chin tucked, back of the head still on the ground, go ahead and windshield wiper your knees from side to side, letting them drop over to the right and drop over to the left.
Okay.
Pick your knees up into your chest. Chin into knees, knees into chest. Brighten up your toes. Take a huge breath in. Hold that breath. See if you can sip it a little bit more right at the top. Whenever your body says it's time to let go, arms, legs, everything floats down to the earth. Savasana. Just like in the beginning of our class, take a time to piece by piece let go of muscular tension. Everything we've done was to prepare the body for this moment, to consciously let go of what we're holding on to that we don't need, and to breathe into what will nurture us and support us. Take a deep breath in and a full exhale out. Bring some attention back to your fingers and your toes. Slide the soles of your feet down to the ground. And take a soft roll over onto your right side. Carefully use your hands to help you find your way up to a seat. And keeping your eyes closed, rest your palms in a prayer at your heart center. Feel the warmth of your hands. Feel the warmth of your heart. Your strength and fortitude in this quarantine times. And our ability as a community to come together, to practice, to breathe, and to be. Take a breath in for the sound of Om. Om.
Namaste.
Thanks everybody so much for coming to practice today. Thank you for being here. Once again, I did drop my Instagram and my email in our chat. I'm Dorian Shorts at gmail.com, and on Instagram, I'm Mercury Splatters. Mercury Splatters. So please, 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 if you have questions, just let me know. And thanks everybody so much for coming to practice. Thank you for being here.